swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger like us. No one on the corner has swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger like us. No one on the corner has swagger like us, swagger like us, swagger.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's the MMA Analyst here to do my recap of UFC 90. A few quick things right off the top of the bat. I'm starting to understand a little bit more why Anderson Silva is talking about retirement. It is obviously clear that he does not feel the type of competition, whatever it is. I'm kind of hurt. This was going to be most likely one of my favorite fights. It was on the way to being one of my favorite fights of all time. Anderson Silva was out there playing cat and mouse. He was just pawing at it, just pop, 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 doing dumb stuff, walking around. This was really like, this is obviously no disrespect to Patrick Cote. Patrick Cote is a great fighter. He deserved the title shot. Seeing everybody else that Anderson Silva already beat. Kami got injured and stuff. He took the fight. He's a tough guy, but when it comes down to it, it's very obvious that Anderson Silva is in a class of his own. He literally made those first two rounds and part of the third round like a game for himself. He's walking around, he's dancing, he's just really he's making it interesting for himself. In the predictions, I said that he was gonna come out here and he was gonna go into the second round and end the fight. When he decided, I had no idea that he was really gonna just do what he wanted. Wow. The fact that it ended on injury doesn't really change anything. Everybody saw what was happening. Somebody has said it just now. I read it in the predictions video that it was like Anderson Silva was disrespecting Patrick Cote. Anderson Silva always carries himself with the utmost respect for all of his opponents, and he always does his respectful thing with always talking good about his opponents and bowing down and just showing signs of respect. But dude is right. I was in a room probably with 50, 75 people, and when Anderson Silva was doing what he was doing, we were all laughing like, oh my goodness, this dude can't be serious. He's gonna, put them little teeny cheesy ass, purposeful cheesy ass kicks at Patrick Cote when he's on his back, and they're gonna try and, do you want a hand up? Come on now, Anderson, come on now, man. We know what you're doing, man. We know what you're doing. You're clowning, dude. You're trying to clown, dude. I ain't hating. It's just funny because a lot of people will not acknowledge the fact that Anderson Silva was out there clowning, dude. He did it a little bit in the Rich Franklin second fight when he put his hands down, kind of. And Anderson, he's making a game for himself. I think that's enough talk about that, though. Anderson Silva needs competition that he feels is like really, really, really tough challenges for himself. I don't think he sees it in the UFC. I think that's why he's talking about retiring. I think he wants really, really tough challenges that, like boxing, Roy Jones Jr. He has talked about that still. And I think if he retires from the UFC and if he retires from MMA, I don't necessarily think it will mean he will be retiring from contact sports. I think he will still pursue a fight with some type of boxing legend like Roy Jones Jr. or whoever whatnot. Tonight for Anderson Silva, tough ending. Patrick Cote, something popped, something tore, whatever it was. The way I see it, Anderson Silva gave like the look of death, and then it just bam, Anderson Silva doesn't even have to beat you up. He will just make you take that step that makes your body break down. Still number 2 pound for pound in the world, but what a hell of a number 2 he is. That was your main event. All right, welterweight belt, Thiago Alves versus Josh Koscheck. I'm a believer, y'all. I even said before the fight, I don't really believe, and that's what I said, I don't believe that Alves is as good as he needs to be. Um, I know he stopped everybody he fought, busted up, busted up Carl Parisian. I don't know what Parisian was upset about watching that replay. Dude folded like a lawn chair, but anyways, then he ran through Matt Hughes, but I figured, it's just old Matt Hughes. His takedowns aren't what they used to be, and cost. Wow, Thiago Alves handled his damn business. That is for real. Koscheck could not get the takedown. He tried. He tried again. He tried hard. He couldn't get it. Period. Um, I said, I said when I was watching this, I'm like, if Koscheck can't get the fight to the ground, then Koscheck's not winning this fight. And I just figured he'd be able to get it to the ground. It's not often you get really good guys that are wrestlers or really good guys in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that can't get a fight to the ground. Like, I don't know the stat, they say 80% of all fights end up on the ground, whether it's street fights or whatever. Just the odds alone would make me believe that this fight was going to get to the ground. Damn, Thiago Alves is serious. He's definitely the next guy to get that title shot after, whoever wins between BJ Penn and George St. Pierre. What would happen if he fought George St. Pierre? I don't know. That'd be crazy. I still say George St. Pierre will beat him, but it might have to be a stand-up fight unless George St. Pierre goes for that takedown. And then nobody's really been stopping George St. Pierre's takedowns. Can Thiago Alves stop those take? I don't know what's going on. Thiago Alves is on point. I believe, man. I believe. I was a Thiago Alves atheist prior to today, but I believe now. As for Koscheck, man, tough fight, tough fighter. He ain't going anywhere. He'll be back again, fighting and trying to get closer to that title shot. Really good fight. For me, I really enjoyed that fight. Going back to Cote and Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva, what's he going to do next? Yushin Okami, fight Yushin Okami. In the meantime, Dan Henderson and Rich Franklin will fight. And then the winner of that will fight Michael Bisping. And then the winner of that will fight, I think, Anderson Silva, mid next year. Crazy. That's a tough division. Really, you must feel like an ass when you're like, man, you just won a fight with Anderson Silva. Congratulations. You're like, really? Is that the prize I really want? Couldn't I just get fight of the night bonus or something? Do I really have to fight Anderson Silva? Like, if you're Dan Henderson, you take that fight with a smile. You fought tough guys before. If you're like Rich Franklin, you're a tough guy. You've already had your nose broke twice, so third time's no big deal. But if you're like Bisping and it's like you want to fight with Anderson Silva, like that's like a Christmas present with like with like a grenade inside. Like, oh wow, thanks mom, and then you open it up and you blow up, like you die. Like you got the prize of death. You got death for your birthday. Congratulations. Gray Maynard versus Rich Clemente. This was this was kind of what I thought it would be. Gray Maynard controlled the fight. He couldn't finish Rich Clemente. Rich Clemente couldn't finish Maynard. It was just really, it was a pretty dominating performance by Maynard. Same thing with the Thiago Alves over Josh Koscheck. Same thing with Anderson Silva. These were like what, other than the main event, they looked like, oh, these could be some close fights, and then it ended up just being, domination. Pretty good fight. There were some boos and whatnot. I don't know what these guys want. I think they want more beer, whatever, man. And what fight was it, man? There was a one referee. I don't even want to call him that. I just want to say the dude, he had the glasses and like the slick back, like 70s molester hair. That dude would not shut up. I wanted to get that the clip of Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know what movie it was from, but he's like, "Shut the f up!" Like I wanted because he got him in a guillotine attempt. You know, do something. Come on, guys, let's go. Come on, guys. He's passes the guard. Come on, I want y'all to do something. Then he moves to side. Come on, guys, let's go. I'm gonna stand it up. And then he goes for submit. It's like even Joe Rogan was like, I don't know what this guy wants them to do. Like, I don't know who that referee is, but I don't ever want to see him again, ever, because that's horrible. Like he let the audience, the drunk audience, affect his psyche. I don't know if he just wanted more camera time or he was trying to set a record for like saying let's go, but that guy was straight up the worst. The absolute worst. Never again. That's a bad call. I didn't do the monthly recaps and stuff like that, but that's definitely the bad call of the month was this guy ever deciding to be a referee. Stop, man. Stop that. That was annoying. That ruined the fight. I want to turn the damn volume down. Good God. Anyways, Maynard moving higher and higher in the lightweight division. Tough division, obviously. You know what I mean? He's definitely showing that he's could be a contender. That he's still undefeated. He knocked himself out. Not many people can do that. He's moving his way up. Clemente, tough guy. He isn't going anywhere either. These guys are in a very, very tough division. It's not like everybody is a world-class fighter like a lot of the situations with the light heavyweight, but there are a lot of tough guys in this division. So there'll be lots of good fights for those two. Fabricio Verdum versus Junior Dos Santos. Okay, I figured it out. Hindsight, obviously. Basically, I was saying, I don't know what the situation is. Dana White promised for Fabricio Verdum the title shot for the third time, and I wasn't sure exactly what was going on. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I know that Dana White cares about the money, right? Dana White wants the money. Give me my money. So he wants money fights. I didn't know this before. I knew this before, but I didn't know this is why he got Junior Dos Santos. I didn't know that Junior Dos Santos was basically like the hired gunman. He said, Fabricio Verdum, you wanna? Oh, no problem, dog, no problem. You know what? We'll go get this beast-looking dude, from Brazil. Excellent striker, young, powerful, heavyweight, and nobody knows who he is. So when he knocks your ass out, I don't have to worry about that title shot anymore, and I can just keep doing big money main events. And that's what he did. He went out and got Junior Dos Santos. I didn't know much about the dude. I saw, I saw his record. I saw how he won. You know what I mean? I saw his opponents. You know what I mean? He's a tough Brazilian dude, and that's about all I knew about him. Other than that, he was being trained by Nogueira or whatever, whatnot. Dude got the uppercut of the month for sure. Fabricio Verdum, tough. That's a tough dude, man. Like, he's had his ups and downs in the UFC, and here's another down, and here's another title shot averted. Dana White. That's it. This title shot. Oh, Fabricio Verdum, gotcha. You know what I mean? Gotcha. That's what he's thinking. Oh, Fabricio, nice fight, man. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. No title shot for you. I mean, that's what has to be going on. He went and got the hired gunman. Fabricio Verdum got handled. What's going to happen next? I don't know. You know what? Let's make Fabricio Verdum fight like another tough fighter, but like somebody that we kind of know. It's not like now he's going to be in a title shot contention because he's not, because he just lost. So he's a tough fighter. He's beat a lot of good guys. He's now lost to a virtual unknown. That's tough. He was like up here and he just got knocked down below the screen. Dos Santos, woo-wee. Give him another test. I mean, the UFC might want another highlight reel knockout, so they might give him another guy like that doesn't have good striking. And they might go in and send him just to bust him up. I don't know. I always want to see Eddie Sanchez, man. Just because, like, I don't know. I really like Howard Stern. And there was that one guy, Beetlejuice from Howard Stern. I don't know if anybody watches, but to me, Eddie Sanchez kind of looks like the grown-up version of Beetlejuice. So he reminds me of, Funny Days. Anyways, knockout of the night for sure. And fight of the night, I didn't see this yet, but unless something happened on the undercard that was absolutely out of control crazy, Sean Sherk versus Tyson Griffin. Whoa. Runner up for fight of the year here. This was a bout, man. Sean Sherk's boxing, like, when you really think about, like, you have to, like, put BJ Penn now, like, what Sean Sherk did with his hands, and then you gotta, like, be like, damn, BJ Penn tooled Sean Sherk, just kept that, just bam, bam, just kept jabbing away, busting him up. And Sean Sherk in this fight with the guy his height looked like a boxer out there, man. Looked like a boxer. Wow. I was impressed. I will never, ever call Sean Sherk Sean. I'm tired of getting blamed for something I didn't do. Sherk. That's been retired. I'm impressed with Sean. That was impressive. His takedowns, he just ran through Tyson Griffin kind of at will. The boxing was on point. He took shots. We already knew he had a chin when Hermes Franca just kept blasting him with like hardcore knees, and he was just like, is that a mosquito bite? Because we already knew he had a chin, but like he was standing in the pocket. And for all you fighters out there who don't want to get hit, you know what I mean? And if you're not gonna do it like Anderson Silva, like for example, Anderson Silva today, that was crazy. Like I said, like if this would have went like to an end of, if he would have ended that fight, that would have been up there as one of my favorite fights because I love showmanship. I love showmanship in fights when guys win. That was crazy. So, but if you're not able to like back up and do whatever with your feet, then learn like what Sean Sherk's doing and boxer. Just duck under that. Move your head out of the way. The guy throws a punch. Just move your head a bit. You don't have to run 20 steps back. You don't have to bounce off the cage. You running from, oh, God, he's trying to hit me. You don't have to do that. You can just, move to the left, move to the right. You can do that. Put a hand up. Put a hand up. Put a hand up. Duck your hand in, right? These are all ways. Oh, I don't want to get hit. I don't want to get hit, right? This is what you can do. All these things. You don't have to run. So stop running, fighters. You know what I mean? Box. Kickbox. Kickboxers don't run all over the damn place. Anyways, this was an awesome fight. Tyson Griffin looked good too. It's not his fault. I mean, it's like T1 versus T2. It's not, nothing you can do about it. It's the bigger, stronger, faster, better prototype. What can you do? You know what I mean? It's like that older sibling that you just can't do anything about. They're going to beat you down every single time. So Sean Sherk handled his business. Griffin handled his business. It's just that he also got handled. It was an awesome fight. I'm watching this fight going, wow. Wow, flashbacks of what was it? Flashbacks of Eddie Alvarez. I think it was Kawajiri or Hansen. Eddie Alvarez Hansen. Now I thought it was still crazier. But awesome fight. Fight of the night. Sean Sherk handled his business. Really, what can Sean Sherk do in the lightweight division? It's already very clear in the UFC that he's the number 2 guy. BJ Penn already beat him. I don't know what he's supposed to do. He beat Florian, right? I mean, he's taking care of everybody in that division other than BJ Penn. And then at the same time, he also lost to GSP. I don't know what he's supposed to do. He's like the number 2 guy by far. He's easily number 2. What is he supposed to do? I don't know. The UFC, it's up to you. Little rhyme. Anyways, Tyson Griffin, no shame in this loss here. Absolutely not. No shame. he'll be fighting somebody else. He's still an exciting fighter, very energetic, very athletic. He'll win like, 80% of the fights, 85, 90% of the fights in this weight class. It's just like this is one of the fights he will not win and did not win. So yeah, I picked Sherk by submission. By unanimous decision. Gray Maynard by decision. I didn't pick Patrick Cote to lose by injury. Who did that? But I'm just still impressed with Anderson Silva's 2.5 rounds. Another thing, a lot of people, again, no disrespect to anybody, but a lot of people talk about, he made it to the 3rd round. Come on, dude. Anderson Silva literally piggybacked into the every round. Like, come with me to the 2nd round. 1st round, he didn't even throw but maybe 2 punches. He walked around, let dude like try and get off whatever he could get off, and threw a punch here, threw a kick there. I don't mean to keep going back to Anderson Silva, but his dominance, I'm gonna say it like Goldberg, his dominance was dominant. Anyways, undercard, Drew McFedries, come on, man. Drew, man, all these years, like how come I know what's gonna happen, Drew? Talus Lightus, anybody who knows how to submit Drew McFedries, or anybody else for that matter, will submit Drew McFedries. If you know one submission and you are in a fight with Drew McFedries, you will win the fight by submission. All you need to do is know one submission. Doesn't matter what submission it is. If you're training for a fight with Drew McFedries, just say, look, coach, I need to know one submission. Whatever one it is, pick it, and you'll be able to do it. Drew McFedries has serious problems with his ground game. I don't know why he's not working on it. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he is. Dude, this is MMA, man. Mixed martial arts. Mixed. Martial? I don't know, but the part is mixed. Mixed art with martial in the middle. You need to have somewhat of a round. You don't need to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but you can't. Come on, man. Stop that, man. Stop. Drew McFedries, stop it. Do not fight in the UFC again until you get the mixed part down. The mixed, man. Spencer Fisher got that submission. He got the submission of the night over Shannon Gergety with a triangle. Dan Miller won unanimous decision over Matt Horwick. Hermes Franca defeated Marcus Aurelio. Marcus Aurelio's really got to pull something together, man. I don't know what this dude is doing. Maybe he's just not the dude. I guess that was decided a long time ago. But he's not the dude, obviously, man. Coming 2nd loss in a row. He just lost to Tyson Griffin. Now he's losing to a student. Like, you taught this dude, man. You taught Hermes Franca, and now he's beating you. I don't know about people who, know about guitarists and stuff, but, that's Steve Vai, being a better guitarist than Joe Satriani, you know what I mean? That's acceptable there because, you're entertaining me, and I don't even know what I'm talking about, but don't let your students beat you, man. Don't let your students beat you. What's going to happen with all these guys? Drew McFedries, I don't know, man. I think it's time for some jiu-jitsu classes. Talus Lightus, tough guy, moving up the middleweight rankings. He beat Nate Marquardt, Ryan Jensen. And now he won this fight against Drew McFedries. Just keep moving up the middleweight, trying to eventually get that death wish with Anderson Silva. Spencer Fisher, lightweight guy, you know what I mean? Like I said before, deep division. Trying to move up that ladder. That's the toughest one. Because like I said, there's 30 guys. Dan Miller is looking serious. He's trying to make his way, through these rankings as a middleweight as well. Hermes Franca back on the winning track. This was a night of really good fights. I would say, from pretty good guys to all the way to like the best, Anderson Silva. Marcus Aurelio, I think you might need a tune-up fight or like a real good test, where it's like, if you pass this test, you can stay, and if you don't, you got to go. Because obviously it would be his third loss in a row if he lost again, and then that would be his sixth loss in like his last like 8 fights, and that is unacceptable. And then Josh Berkman didn't make weight. I know he came in, he was 3 pounds over, and he had like 1 hour to lose 2 pounds. So I didn't actually find out if he actually lost those 2 pounds and made weight, but it doesn't matter. He fought Pete Sell. Pete Sell was coming off 3 losses, and now Pete Sell got his win in a unanimous decision, and Josh Berkman got his 3rd loss. Overall, to be completely honest, regardless of the main event ending in a very strange ending, I could really give a damn. Anderson Silva handled his business. Thiago Alves handled his business. Junior Dos Santos handled his business. Sean Sherk and Tyson Griffin, even in his loss, handled business. Gray Maynard did his thing. Talis Litis, another submission. Matt Horick lost Dan Miller. Dan Miller, really, all the way up and down, the card was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I'm really just in awe of Anderson Silva. And it's late now, and it's time for me to bounce out. But as always, you know what? Anderson Silva, man, damn. Impressive, man. MMA is important, y'all. Peace.